Why do outsourced software agencies more often than not stuff up the projects that they undertake for non-technology founders? Most founders, when they need to develop their V1 products or MVPs, will need to use an outsourcing agency to do this, and they'll usually quickly become aware there's a big difference in cost between commissioning an agency in the UK and engaging a company overseas, typically one in Asia or Eastern Europe. One of the hidden secrets about outsourcing is that these agencies struggle to deliver projects for startup businesses where the founder or founders are non-technology people, to the extent that a lot of these projects fail and fail without fanfare. It's very common that a founder will go out there and find £50,000 to bootstrap their business, engage an agency, have that project fail, and then end up having to go back to their old job. And one of my missions in life is to help founders not get burnt in this way, i.e. you should be able to take your £50,000 and get your idea and your business off the ground. If we dig into the challenges here, the first problem you have is that agencies do not know that they don't do a good job of looking after non-technology founders. To them, you look like a normal client, but you're not. Being unaware of problems would exclusively result in running into those problems. It's the same way that running into a minefield wearing a blindfold is never going to give you a good result. The normal client that agents deal with are established businesses, and this is where the model of using them to support a startup comes off the rails. First and foremost, established businesses know what their business model is. They wouldn't be established if they didn't. They know who their customers are, they know the pain points they have, they know what products and services are needed to soothe that pain and make their customers happy. This is described as product market fit, and established businesses always have product market fit because that is what creating a business is. Without that, you can't trade. Whereas startup businesses are working in full-on experimentation mode. They have an idea and they are looking to explore the world and explore the market in order to find out what product they need to design to fit that market. When an established business approaches an agency with a project, that project tends to be well defined and have clear outcomes. The agency is then able to quote against the project, get the contract signed, then the solution is delivered, and it usually delivers what the business feels its customers want. When a startup approaches an agency, the final product, that final piece of product market fit, will only be discovered after the software is built, i.e. the product cannot be described ahead of time. This is the biggest mismatch from the agency's perspective between the two types of clients. Established businesses being able to define upfront what the project's objectives are, and startups striking out roughly in the direction of where the project's objectives may, or in fairness probably do, lie. The third issue that agencies have is that they work best when the technical leadership is shared between the staff and the client. Building software is a complex endeavor and you need leadership on both sides. In a startup business where the founder or founders are non-technology people, this can't happen because there's no technical leadership in the startup. And the startup ends up being overly reliant on the leadership of the agency. In reality, complex software projects need to be overseen by both the customer and the supplier within a shared collaborative responsibility mode of operation. This is no shade against the ability of the supplier, it's just a model that provides better management of complex projects. The advantage of having a project board where the customer, supplier and all the other stakeholders meet is accepted best practice for any type of project, whether it's a software project or not. The fourth issue is that qualifying an agency as being the best supplier for you is really difficult. Software development agencies are a very undifferentiated industry and they're very opaque in how they operate. It is much easier to qualify a UK-based agency compared to an overseas agency because of the compatibilities around culture and employment law and other domestic laws. For example, it's not unusual for an overseas agency to tell you that they've got 120 staff, only to find out they've got 5 actual employees and the rest are associates, whereas a UK business would not do that. If a UK business says we've got 120 staff, they have 120 PAYE employees. And there's lots of other examples like that when you're trying to qualify the agency. So what's the summary? How do you do this? Well, in a 3-minute video, all I'm looking to do is create awareness that there is a problem, as most founders go into this blind and don't know there is a problem. But I post a lot of content about this, so feel free to binge the content that I post on my socials. You can also join my VIF, or Very Important Founder program, which if you follow the link in my bio, you can sign up for. And when you do, you'll get access to tons of free resources designed to help non-technology founders start up and scale up their business. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.